Have you ever noticed someone who seems to radiate peace and purpose even in the most chaotic situations? I remember once meeting someone who was so serene and calm that at first it was almost perplexing. Amid a group of people hurriedly chattering about their achievements and plans, he simply listened, nodding gently with a quiet, almost invisible smile. When he did speak, it wasn't about his job, accomplishments, or even his struggles. Instead, he asked about others' dreams, genuinely interested in their answers. Over time, I realized he wasn't indifferent. He was deeply connected to something greater than himself. His humility, compassion, and sense of purpose were evident not through grand gestures or loud proclamations, but in the small, almost unnoticed ways he showed up in the world. An unshakable calm in adversity. Spiritual individuals often possess an inner calm that acts like an anchor in turbulent times. This calmness doesn't mean they are untouched by difficulties. Rather, it reflects their capacity to accept and adapt to challenges, seeing them as opportunities for growth. They often draw upon mindfulness, prayer, or meditation practices that allow them to center themselves even when external conditions are difficult. Their perspective goes beyond the immediate problem, helping them to remain steady, and they often find a quiet confidence in their connection to a higher purpose or inner peace. One powerful example of this calm under pressure can be seen in the life of Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps during World War II. Despite enduring unimaginable suffering, Frankl maintained a sense of purpose by focusing on his belief that he could find meaning, even in the midst of suffering. His unshakable calm didn't erase his suffering, but it gave him the strength to endure it, and to help others around him find hope as well. This profound resilience and sense of peace helped him to survive, and after the war, inspired his groundbreaking work in psychotherapy. Another story involves Mother Teresa, who faced severe criticism, poverty and illness, while working to help the destitute in India. She once said, "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other." Her belief in a shared human spirit gave her the fortitude to keep serving others, even when resources were low and pressures were high. Her calmness was rooted in her unwavering commitment to her mission and her ability to see the dignity in each person she encountered. In both cases, these individuals demonstrated that a calm, centered presence isn't about avoiding difficulties, but about responding to them from a place of peace and inner strength. Spiritual people often carry this resilience with them, finding solace in their beliefs or practices that remind them of something bigger than the current challenge. This inner tranquility is what sets them apart, inspiring others and acting as a reminder that calmness can indeed be cultivated, no matter the storm. Fearlessness in self-reflection and growth. Spiritual individuals often exhibit a remarkable courage when it comes to looking within and acknowledging their flaws. Unlike many who may avoid deep self-examination to sidestep uncomfortable truths, highly spiritual people see self-reflection as essential to personal and spiritual growth. They understand that true progress comes from facing and addressing their weaknesses, biases, and limitations. This willingness to examine and transform themselves sets them apart, as they actively seek to become better versions of themselves. This fearless approach often stems from a belief that they are not defined solely by their flaws. Instead, spiritual people view each shortcoming as an opportunity to evolve, learn, and align more closely with their values. Self-reflection is embraced as a tool for growth, allowing them to connect more deeply with themselves and with others. They are often motivated by a sense of purpose that encourages them to strive for integrity, humility, and authenticity. In contrast, the average person may shy away from this level of self-inquiry. Confronting one's flaws can be challenging and uncomfortable, so it is common to avoid such introspection to protect one's self-image or to avoid the hard work of change. This avoidance can sometimes lead to defensiveness or denial, with people externalizing blame or rationalizing their actions to avoid facing their own contributions to a problem. One notable example of fearless self-reflection is Mahatma Gandhi, who was constantly re-evaluating his thoughts, beliefs, and actions. He often discussed his shortcomings openly and saw them as fuel for his commitment to truth and non-violence. His openness to self-correction and growth allowed him to refine his approach to leadership and fostered a deep trust among those who followed him. In the lives of spiritually centered people, this dedication to self-awareness leads to growth and, ultimately, greater harmony within themselves and with others. Their courage to examine and change their behavior and attitudes is a source of inspiration, showing that true strength lies in acknowledging one's imperfections and seeking continuous improvement. This unflinching self-honesty is rare, but it is a defining quality that enables them to lead deeply fulfilling lives while positively impacting others. Silent gratitude in every aspect of life. For many spiritual individuals, gratitude is a way of life, woven into their every action and outlook. They often express their thankfulness not through grand words, but in small, thoughtful gestures that reflect a deep appreciation for life, people, and even the challenges they encounter. Rather than merely saying thank you, they live their gratitude, finding meaning in the simple and the routine, and approaching each experience as a gift. This silent, consistent gratitude shapes how they view the world and how they relate to others. One way they express this silent gratitude is through mindful presence. Spiritual people often value the little things, like a friend's smile, the warmth of sunlight, or a peaceful moment in nature. By savoring these seemingly ordinary moments, they communicate a profound sense of gratitude without words, allowing them to stay grounded and present. They don't take these blessings for granted, but see them as affirmations of life's beauty. This sense of gratitude influences their relationships as well. Spiritual individuals show appreciation through kindness, patience, and a genuine willingness to be there for others. They make a conscious effort to listen deeply and offer support without expecting anything in return. For example, someone who is spiritually grounded may go out of their way to help a friend with a difficult task, not because they feel obliged, but because they view the opportunity to serve as a privilege. These gestures make others feel valued, fostering a sense of trust and closeness in their relationships. Take the example of Mother Teresa, whose life of service was a testament to silent gratitude. She didn't constantly vocalize her thanks, but showed her appreciation through her dedication to the poor, sick, and abandoned. Her actions expressed an unwavering gratitude for life, even in its most challenging aspects, and she found meaning and purpose in giving selflessly. Her quiet gratitude inspired those around her and left a lasting impact on the world. For spiritual people, gratitude is less about what they have and more about how they perceive and respond to life's offerings. This silent, steady thankfulness enhances their outlook, making them resilient in adversity and fulfilled in simplicity. It strengthens their relationships by making others feel cherished and appreciated. Ultimately, this quiet gratitude permeates everything they do, creating a ripple effect that touches others and brings more positivity and compassion into the world.